Okay, grade 8. This is lesson 1-1, page 9, numbers 8, 9, 10, 11 through 25, the odds, and problem 30. Let's start by having everybody open up to page 6. Please take a look at page 6. At the top of the page, there's a table. And underneath the table, there are some questions. The table is showing how much it costs to mail certain types of letters. A 1-ounce letter costs 37 cents way back in 2004. A 2-ounce letter costs 60 cents, a 3-ounce letter 83 cents, and so on. Look at question A. Can you find the pattern in the costs? Did you notice that from 37 cents to 60 cents is an adding of 23 cents? And then from 60 to 83 is also an adding of 23 cents? And then from 83 to 106 is an adding of 23 cents? And so on. If that's true, how much will it cost to mail a 6-ounce letter? Question B. Well, all we have to do is take that $1.29 of the 5-ounce variety and add 23 cents to it, right? And we get 152 or $1.52 for a 6-ounce letter. What if you wanted to know how much it would cost to mail something that's 8 ounces? Well, we would continue the pattern, wouldn't we? 7 ounces, you'd have to add another 23 cents, and you'd get 175. So for 8 ounces, you'd add another 23 cents, and you get 198. Okay? Look at the bottom of page 6. Read through the 4-step plan right now. You'll notice step 1 is simply to explore, to make sure you understand what's being asked of you. Step 2 is to make a plan. Step 3 to solve. And step 4, which a lot of people forget to do, is to examine your answer and make sure it makes sense. A lot of people don't do that very often. Let me give you an example of what I mean by that. If you had a word problem and you decided that the way to solve it was to take $1.98 and multiply that value times 5, and you came up with this answer, and you wrote that the answer is $149, and you just went on to the next problem without examining it and thinking about it, would you notice the mistake I made? Well, 5 times 1 is $5. This is really close to $2, so 5 times 2, shouldn't my answer be around $10? Or at least somewhat close to it? I forgot to move the decimal point over to an appropriate spot. In this particular case, the initial number that I came up with is this. I put the decimal point here. I should have put it here. The answer is $14.90. Oh wait, no, that's totally wrong. I'm sorry. Huh, I made a mistake. It's $9.90. Excuse me. $9.90. Okay, let's move on to the top of the next page. What a bozo. Okay, example 1 is talking about that same issue of adding 23 cents over and over again. Go down to the middle of page 7. Do you see where it talks about something called a conjecture and something called inductive reasoning? It says in that paragraph, a conjecture is an educated guess. When you make a conjecture based on a pattern of examples or past events, you're using something called inductive reasoning. In the mathematics, we do that from time to time. We will use inductive reasoning to solve certain problems. Look at example A below there. 139, 27, 81. What's the next term in the pattern? 243, because they're multiplying by 3 in that pattern. With that in mind, can you tell me what would be the next number in this pattern? Well, Isn't the pattern multiplying by 4 each time? And 64 times 4 is 256. So that would be the next number in the pattern. Look at the bottom of the page. Notice what's happening to that square, the green square. It starts off in the upper left, then lower left, then lower right, then upper right, then upper left. So where would it be in the next section of the pattern? It would be back down to lower left again, wouldn't it? And then lower right, and then upper right, and so on. It's following a circular pattern. Let's try that for a moment. What if I drew a triangle that looked like this, and I put a dot here? And then I drew another triangle, and I put the dot here. And I drew another triangle, and I put a dot here. Can you think of where the next dot would likely go in this circumstance? Here it's on the right side, top, left side. Doesn't it make sense that the dot now needs to be on the bottom? Turn the page, please. Let's start working on some example problems, starting with problem 4 on the top of page 9. Can you see what the next term in that pattern would be? Problem 4? Well, they went 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. We're adding 10 each time, so wouldn't the next number in the pattern be 60? Look at number 6. 12, 17, 22, 27, and 32. What would be the next number in the pattern here? Aren't they adding 5 each time? So the next number in the pattern would be 37. Look at number 8. In 1999, average household spent $12,057 on housing, $1,891 on entertainment, $5,031 on food, and $7,011 on transportation. How much was spent on food each month? Round to the nearest cent. Well, a lot of what's in this problem is just there to confuse you a little bit. The part about housing and entertainment and transportation has nothing to do with solving this problem. They tell you that $5,031 was spent on food per year, and the question says how much is spent per month. Well, there's 12 months in a year, right? So therefore, we'd have to take this number and divide by 12 to get the amount they're spending per month, which in this case, 12 goes into 50 4 times. Bring down the 3. 12 goes into 23 1 time. 12 goes into 111. How about 9 times? Do you think we're going to get an exact answer out of this? Well, let's keep working. Let's try a decimal point and a 0. 12 goes into 30 twice. 24. Bring down another 0. 12 goes into 60 5 times exactly. Hey, it does work. There's our cost for food per month, $419.25. Look at number 10. Number 10 says, what heart rate should a 55-year-old man maintain while exercising at this intensity? Well, you got to look up above and read the paragraph which says, use the table that gives the approximate heart rate a person should maintain while exercising at 85% intensity. And they have those numbers. Look at the bottom numbers. They seem to be going down by 4 every time, don't they? And the top numbers seem to be going up by 5 each time. 20 to 25, 30, 35, 40, and 45. I wonder if we can continue this pattern out to the age of 55. Well, the last column in the problem says that 45-year-olds should have a pulse rate of 154. Do you see that? Very last column on the right-hand side. If we want to continue this to the number of 55, don't we have to continue the table like this? And we said the bottom is decreasing or going down by 4 each time. So doesn't that mean that at age 55, it would be 146 beats per minute? Look at number 12. Number 12. What do you think is going to be the next number in this pattern? Aren't they adding 4 each time? Yes. So the next number in the pattern would be 24. How about the next one, number 14? Can you see the pattern there? 2, 6, 18, 54, 162. What's happening there? Aren't they multiplying by 3 each time? And so therefore, let's take this times 3 and get 486 as our next value. How about number 16? 67, 61, 55. Ooh, this one's going down, isn't it? 49. What's it going down by? It's going down by values of 6, isn't it? Which means the next number in the pattern would have to be 43 minus 6, or 37. Number 18 is a little tricky. 3, 5, 9. And then they have 15 and 23. You see what the pattern is? How about adding 2, and then adding 4, and then adding 6, and then adding 8? If that's true, what's going to be the next number in the pattern? It has to be 33 because we have to add 10 to the number of 23. Let's see here. I think I'm going to stop at this point. Hope you have an easy time of this. 8, 9, 10, 11 through 25, the odds, and problem number 30. Talk to me if you have any questions. Thank you.